Well, Coach, what are you excited about? You finally get your first meet and greet event, chance to meet the fans, and now training camp for the Avalanche, then for the Eagles. What are your thoughts right now as you're getting ready to embark on a season? You're first at the helm of the Colorado Eagles.
Kind of excited to see what I'm walking into. First of all, I'm familiar with an NHL training camp, so I understand the schedule and the mechanics on how that's all organized. But going back to the American League after being out of it for 13 years is going to be kind of a new orientation process for me. I think I'm really lucky that Aaron and Ryan are still here, and they're going to be working with me, particularly with this organization. So that's going to help the transition. But yeah, I think all the NHL coaches say the same thing. Like as soon as the 1st of August hits, it's like the rest of the summer just blows by, and here we are at training camp. So I'm kind of getting ready to put the boots on and get to work.
Is it exciting to see the excitement from the fans and knowing that you're going to be playing in front of some great crowds that are ready for Eagles hockey to get going?
Yeah, it's impressive. Like you don't know what you hear the stories about the Eagles, and it's the East Coast Hockey League, and anybody that wins 2 championships, with Aaron and Ryan and obviously with Chris and Martin Lynn, the owner, they've really built an identity here that reflects success and championships, right? So from a new guy coming in, it's a pretty high standard to try and to achieve. But, ultimately we're responsible for creating a winning environment for the players. What does that mean? Does it mean a championship? Does it mean a winning record? Does it mean the playoffs? We don't know. We don't know what we're going to have. Even Aaron and Ryan don't, because there's a lot of turnover in players. You don't know really what you're going to get until you get through that training camp, and then you start the first couple weeks of the season. And that's kind of the fun part about it. There's some anxiety in where these pieces are going to fit together, but there's a lot of fun. And I think when you really drill into the level of development, it's about just getting the players on the same page, finding out what they do really well naturally, and then trying to get them into positions where they're uncomfortable so they can explore that zone of development. And, that's why we coach, right? That's what we're here for.
Well, and again, you had a chance earlier in your coaching career to coach at Colorado College, so this is an area you're familiar with and probably a reason why you wanted to come back.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be back. I mean, it's funny. I've been in the East Coast pretty much my whole career, coaching from Toronto to New York to Boston, and spent a year in Michigan with the U.S. national team. But coming back here and having lived here before, I'm familiar with the culture here and the scenery and the climate. It's a great place. I think the biggest change is just the swell of enthusiasm for hockey, particularly in this area. Like I was saying earlier, like I drove up 25, whatever that was, 20 years ago, and it was just barren. And now you've got all this mixture of high tech and gas and oil, and these new families moving in here, and the fact that they're celebrating the Eagles as passionately as they are is amazing. So I joke around. I hope they like me as much at the end of the year as they do now, right? So as a staff, we got a responsibility to try and bring them a good brand of hockey.